All right, let's dive in. We're talking about one of the biggest transformations of our time, how artificial intelligence is, well, it's fundamentally changing the way we all learn. So let's kick things off with a pretty powerful question. What if every single student, no matter their background, no matter where they live, had their very own personal tutor? One that just gets their unique learning style and is there for them anytime they need help. Sounds a bit like sci-fi, right? Well, guess what? It's the future that AI is making possible, like right now. But to really get why this is such a game changer, we've got to look at the problem it's trying to solve. And that's the classic challenge in education, the one-size-fits-all problem. And here's where you can really see that mismatch. Think about a traditional classroom, right? It's one pace for everyone, a totally fixed schedule, super general lessons. But that's not how we learn today. The modern learner, well, we all have our own unique pace. We need flexibility. We're driven by our own personal interests and goals. And it's in that gap, that huge disconnect, where students can either get left behind or just completely check out. So the big question is, how do we bridge that gap? Well, that's where the personal AI tutor comes in. It's really AI's big, powerful answer to this problem that's been around forever. The core idea here is something called personalized learning. And look, this isn't just about fancy digital worksheets, not at all. It means the AI is actively analyzing how a student is doing, what they're getting right away and what they're struggling with, so it can customize everything, the lessons, the pace, even the content, just for them. So how does it actually work? Well, it's basically this simple four-step loop. First, the AI checks out your performance. Then it figures out your strengths and weaknesses. From there, it cooks up a customized lesson just for you. And now for the really cool part, the magic really. It adapts the difficulty in real time. So if you're flying through it, it'll make things a bit more challenging. But if you're getting stuck, it'll dial it back and simplify things. And maybe the most revolutionary part of all of this support, it's available 24/7. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. That one little detail, 24/7, it completely changes the entire game. Because think about what that really means. You're not waiting for office hours anymore to get a question answered. Nope. You get instant help right in that moment when you're stuck. It means learning can happen anywhere, anytime. On the bus, late at night after everyone's asleep, super early in the morning, all from whatever device you've got. But it doesn't stop there. AI's role is getting way bigger than just being a tutor. It's really becoming the ultimate learning assistant. It's not just adapting to what you learn, but how you learn it. So what does that look like? Well, it means the AI can figure out your personal learning style. Are you a visual learner? Cool, it'll whip up an infographic or a diagram for you. More of an auditory person? It can give you a voice explanation, almost like a mini podcast. And if you're someone who needs that logical, step-by-step breakdown, boom, you got it. The whole format is tailored to fit the way your brain actually processes information. Okay, another AI superpower here is instant feedback. Think about it. Instead of waiting days, maybe even a week to get a test back, you find out immediately what you got wrong and, more importantly, why. This totally transforms mistakes. They're not failures anymore. They become these amazing real-time learning opportunities. And here's a pro tip. The best AI tutors don't just hand you the answer on a silver platter. Nope. They guide you towards it. They'll ask you these really thoughtful questions, kind of like Socrates used to do. By asking something like, so why do you think this happens? The AI is actually pushing you. It's pushing you past just memorizing facts and helping you build real, genuine, critical thinking skills. AI is also changing the student's role. You're not just passively soaking up information anymore. You become an active manager of your own knowledge. The AI can take a super dense textbook chapter and boom, give you a short, concise summary. Or it can pull out the most important key points for you to review. It can even create little practice quizzes to test what you know. And we're seeing these tools pop up in digital learning platforms everywhere, making studying so much more efficient. Okay, so this all brings us to the elephant in the room, right? The big question everyone asks. Is AI going to replace human teachers? And the answer, pretty definitively, is no. The future isn't about AI replacing teachers, it's about them working together. It's a partnership. Look, the whole point of AI in the classroom isn't to replace great teachers. It's to empower them. It's about taking all those repetitive, time-sucking tasks off their plate so they can focus on what humans do best. It's really like building the perfect team. You have AI handling all the grunt work, right? The automated grading, the data analysis, providing that 24/7 backup support. And that frees up the teacher to be, well, a teacher, to focus on the really important human stuff, mentoring students, inspiring creativity, offering emotional guidance, and leading those complex, nuanced discussions that, let's be honest, an AI just can't handle. And if we look a little further down the road, AI is even starting to learn a version of empathy. There's this emerging field called emotional AI, where the system can actually detect if a student is getting frustrated or confused. And then, this is the cool part, it adapts its tone to be more supportive. Just imagine your AI tutor noticing you're struggling and saying, hey, no worries, let's try a simpler example. So, what does this all add up to? What does this new system actually look like? Well, when you take AI's biggest strengths, all that efficiency and access to data, and you combine it with a teacher's incredible empathy and ability to inspire, the result isn't just a smarter education system. It's actually a more human one. So the big takeaway here? It's pretty clear. AI is making learning more flexible, more accessible, and way more intelligent than it has ever been. It's a total, fundamental shift in what education can even be. And that brings us right back to that first question we asked. So I'm going to leave you with this to chew on. With a personal AI tutor for every single person on the planet, what actually becomes possible? What could you learn? What could you create or achieve? The future of learning is already here, and you know what? It's personal.